Yes, Orange Town! Why do we still have orange on here, man? When are we gonna get somebody to come and fucking repaint these goddamn buildings?
Fuck that. You know how much money we went to just paint all these shits orange?
It was free because we had a really psychotic person make them for us. But people, it's a midnight chat attack. Oh, I'm already talking shit. That's not nice. But yes, we are here. My boy Ganja, how you doing?
I'm listening to the intro popping off of my headphone again because I forgot to mute the YouTube. But besides that, I'm doing fine.
At all. It is not good. And Alan, nice to see you. You fucking made it, bitch. It's nice to see you fucking got here.
I'm here.
Okay, and Allie, hi, how you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, how you doing
today?
Oh gosh, she's still on the Harry Potter shit.
Yeah.
Harry Potter. He didn't make up an accent.
Yeah. Damn, did you see how she almost like called you a dumbass? She was like,
I heard it. She was about to say it, but then she was like, "No, my mom's next to me, and I'll get
dumb motherfucker."
Exactly.
Fuck. And over here we got the YouTube chat going on too. I don't know why I had the DT chat up because they usually don't fucking talk during our show.
That's why.
Yeah, they are shit. You're absolutely fucking right because they don't fucking talk.
Shit.
DT chat. You guys need to start talking more often. You guys don't talk. I see Ruth is in here doing business, but that's a special situation because he's always fucking talking. But the rest of that DT chat, empty as shit because they are empty in their fucking hearts. But the YouTube chat, these people are good people, though. I like the YouTube chat. I don't give a fuck about that non-analytically correct ass shit. Fuck that DT chat. Ganja, you can rep them all you want.
Man, I'll rep them all day till I life. I'm gonna get a double toaster shirt just to be wearing it in spite.
Oh, yeah, you probably will one of these days. I think you have, actually.
I have a bunch of them in the background. I just haven't worn them in a while.
And then, hey, coming out of nowhere, we are finally going to show the Mino chat. Actually, fuck, I didn't even got the chat up. You know what? That's my bad. That is my bad. Let's actually go over there and check that Mino chat.
Actually, you know what? If you look at the post, that was actually a pretty good question. If y'all thought I was going to actually like it or not, let's stick towards the end of the show and find out.
But yes, like, I'm going to put this in here too. Like, yes, I'm typing in. There we are. If you guys want to talk in the Mino chat as well, we will actually be paying attention to that, unlike other people who have the Mino like involved in it. We want to actually get you guys going on the live shows too. Which, by the way, these gifts, what the fuck is JT doing?
I love it. JT is the king when it comes to these weird ass gifts and gifs.
Some creepy ass shit, but yeah, we got the YouTube chat over here, we got the Mino chat right there, and we got the DT chat. I want you guys to attack the chat, and we'll see which one's gonna be doing.
Double toast is better, y'all. Get on that shit.
Yeah, bitch ass motherfucker. But Alan, how you doing today, sir? I see you over there typing.
I'm alive.
Oh yeah, barely.
Yeah, he's like, I'm alive slightly. I don't know. You look pretty much dead, but it's okay.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, you got the rest and everything. Got the coffee in you.
Exactly.
That's not true at all. He does not, but it's okay. But Mr. Ganja Guru.
Yes, sir.
I am sleepy as shit, and I'm sick, and we gotta get this show on the motherfucking road because you got some place to go, actually, right?
I got some place to be and place to see and people to talk to, man.
Yep, and as do I. So we're gonna get this show rolling and rocking and rolling. Spill.com jokes are great. But anyways, you, Mr. Ganja, you did the Far Cry thing last night. You were playing a video game on a particular fucking website. Why don't you tell these people what that website was so I can show them?
Well, if you guys been catching the news, it's the website that hands out all your data to political entities to make sure they make some ad revenue. But it also goes by another name by Facebook, and we have a page on there known as the Midnight Chat Attack Facebook page where we do the Untitled Video Game Show. For me and my late ass co-host Birdman, play video games, talk bullshit, and talk sometimes about video game news and give y'all insights on how we feel about the industry and how it's going. Like it matters because I highly doubt anyone from EA is going to watch this shit at any point in time. But Birdman, let the people know what we played this week.
Well, what we played this week is we ended up playing Far Cry 5. We ended up playing a bunch of the arcade, and they played a map that I ended up was able to edit and create. And it seemed like for the most part, Ganja had a good time.
I had a fun time, especially when you hooked me up with the sniper level, so I didn't have to run around and chase your ass just blowing up shit.
Nope.
But if we do get some free time, we might come back to it, and hopefully our boy Trey will come join us for that so we can actually check out the Far Cry story mode, because we only did mostly arcade because me and Alan had fucked up and either got too far ahead, so it'll be more spoilers if you watched our playthrough, or like me, for example, like my next mission was actually like one of the major boss missions. So I was pretty much just stuck with just doing arcade for you guys.
Yeah,
Right.
but no, it was really cool that you guys were able to do it, and I love the fact that Far Cry 5 can actually allow you to make games, and they actually use the Autodesk program. Alan even showed me, and I was like, holy shit, like, if it's not Autodesk, it's very fucking close to it.
I'd say it's a dilute version because, like, obviously there are limitations because you're not literally coding your own levels, but it's pretty close to how I imagine the developers actually making levels of games.
Exactly. But, Mr. Ganja Guru, there's another thing we had to announce to people, too, is the fact that tonight we are going to be doing a pretty quick flex and chill over Ready Player One, and maybe we'll have room for another person to do a review or something like that. Plus, even if we don't, you guys will end up joining the call eventually, because that's the whole point of this shit. So, Mr. Ganja Guru, tell these folks about that goddamn rule system, sir.
Ooh, wee. For example, guys, newcomers join the call first. We're all about those new, wonderful, fresh faces that we haven't seen in a while. They're popping up for the first time. So please hit me, Ali, or Alan inside of the PM box to let you in. I mean, that went from German to Jamaican like 2 seconds.
Yeah, what accent was that?
Are you Miss Cleo, or are you?
That was
not my accent, but at least I can keep it consistent.
Hey, it was my time. It was my time impression. Fuck you. Rule number 2: do not talk over each other.
Make
like
sure
we
they
just
pull the
did.
panties down and pull the biggest one under the
Or
counter.
just do very racist accents that sound Indian
so
or
you know
British.
you
I don't
like
know.
it. You know you do.
Just don't do it because it ruins audio quality for later viewing, guys. Rule number 3: please no nudity. This one's kind of a staple when it comes to YouTube. This is not the website for that. So if you want your guns and your porn, check out Pornhub. But if you want good, high quality content that make you laugh, check out the Midnight Chat Attack on YouTube, y'all. So make sure to keep that rule solid so we don't get kicked off of it. Rule number 3: please no nudity. Rule number 4: do not give anyone else a link. We have a planned show who's coming off for the certain topic subjects and conversational piece, or sometimes want to bullshit around with you guys. So you hand out the link, you're gone, and so is the dumbass that clicked that shit. Rule number 5: and read the rules, and Ali, girl, drop that shit.
Don't be a mean person.
Don't be a mean person. You don't want to do that, okay?
You don't want to do that. No, you can't.
No, you can't. Don't do it, Alan.
No.
Don't do it. Don't be mean, motherfucker.
I'm just gonna focus away the whole show, by the way.
I know. I
really
really,
cold with
I want to do it like this all day. I just want to do this
Oh
for 2
God, I'll
hours.
be out of here.
If he gets to do Apu, I get to do like the stereotypical Asian dude.
I was like trying to do
No.
pops from regular show, like, oh, look at my new fancy giga.
No.
The whole thing, yes, I want to do that, but I'm not going to do that though because I'm already as annoying as it is, and me doing pops would not fucking help out with that. But I'm looking over here in the YouTube chat. We got Aaron over here just saying Birdman because he just likes saying his name, and I like saying Alan's name as well because he's just a fancy giga himself. That sounds weird without doing it with Pop's voice. But yeah, man, I see Ruth is in there too. And here's the funny thing. You know what's great, Ganja? That proves my fucking point even more. I called them out. I tried to see what they were going to do. But let's go and show that DT chat. And even you saying, prove Nick wrong, y'all. I guess I was proven fucking right. Oh, it sucks to be right all the time. It sucks to be right all the time, Ganja, but it's all good. We're going to be on the YouTube chat here, and we're going to show the Amino chat once again. Still some more things going on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Never mind.
And that's why we stopped showing the
ass. Let that motherfucker twerk. Oh.
That's a lot of ass, brother. Jeez, I cannot pay attention. For one, okay, I'm sorry,
This is a
but
good experiment. Amino app,
look,
not happening anymore.
was a mistake.
Really
The
quick.
amino app was a mistake.
This right here, JT. This girl right here, that's way too close. She's farting in her face. I'm sorry. That doesn't look sexy to me. She's farting. I'm just saying.
There goes our commission for this episode.
I apologize, but lots of
We gotta
There's no naked ass.
I know.
Where was
Naked
this?
ass.
Where was this conversation?
But yeah, no. Aside from that, Jesus Christ, I'm minimizing that fucking thing. Jesus, like he's still putting more shit in there. No more ass. But the thing that actually grabbed my attention a lot before the show started, because if you guys see on the side over here, obviously we kind of have the same topics as we did last week because we're doing community questions and we didn't get a chance to talking about Miss Allie complaining about ass. Well, one of your boys wanted to see some dick, some little young boy dick. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I like how you describe it. Not only dick, but little boy dick.
Little young boy dick. I don't know why I had to say little and young, but it's if it was a tall young boy, it'd be a little bit different, you know.
No.
I don't know what the fuck.
Only if the younger one's clearly into it, you know, like Julian Hammerdinger of
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I think that's what James Ivory said. I don't want to be into it, goddammit. It's supposed to be an emotional story. No, but anyways, fuck James Ivory. We'll get into that in a little bit. But the main thing here that got my attention was Trevorrow is apparently directing Jurassic World 3. And people are complaining about this. People are bitching about it. Oh, Colin Trevorrow, I fucking hate this.
That was the whole complaint.
He only made a $2 billion movie.
Well, and people don't like that first one, apparently. Well, not the first one, but
Held
Jurassic
after the
World.
$2 billion.
Exactly. But people, I mean, then again, we can't really say with the money thing, though, because then again, like, lots of shit that you hate, like Jumanji 2, made a shit ton of money.
That made almost $1 billion. What the fuck is wrong with all of you?
Yeah, and
I blame all of you.
And I'm sorry, but
I stole that shit.
It was fun.
And
No!
also, too, you say that too,
Really?
Allie, but you and Gandra remember about Last Jedi. Last Jedi made its fucking money. Last Jedi whooped ass at the box office. So, and I'm not trying to defend that movie. I hate that movie, but it's like for me,
I don't think it did as well as the first
It
one.
didn't do
Though.
as well as Force Awakens, but it still did fucking $1 billion, which is good for anything.
well, Star Wars in general, no matter what kind of a movie it is, it destroys everything in its way. I mean, Star Wars creates a fucking path of destruction in the box office. So
People
that's why
watch
I'm
Attack of the Clones.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Mm,
I don't know. Wait, was that episode 1 or was that episode 2?
it's too.
That was episode 2, the one we keep like forgetting we watched.
Oh, come on. Everyone remembers I hate sand.
That's the only line in that movie
Hey,
that's memorable.
It is, remember, because we all understand the pain. It's rough, it's coarse, and it just gets everywhere.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I do hate sand for those exact reasons, but that movie still sucks.
Wait, do you hate sand?
Of course I hate sand. I'm Arab.
You're Canadian.
You're made out of
I'm
sand. What are you
Canadian, too.
talking about?
No, we just deal with it.
Wow, I don't know what was more racist. Alice saying that shit or you saying that shit?
The only reason he likes that is because he has to do that shit every single day because he's an
Hey,
Arab.
Alan, can I call you Mr. Sandman?
Mr.
No.
Sandman.
I'm pretty sure that's racist.
Racist
But I'll just call you
English
Chief then.
is the cutest I ever seen.
Okay, Chief, what's up, bug?
I will say though, him calling you Chief, I think Ganja would actually enjoy that. If you
I
call
have a
him,
t-shirt. I have a t-shirt that says Chief in language. That's not an insult to me, sir.
yeah, it's just like yes,
Yeah,
Chief. It's like,
I got nothing, man. Okay, Casino Man.
Oh, yeah, okay, no more before you say something really fucked up.
This guy can say every racist shit he could think of to me for the last 2 years. But as soon as I try to do something even close, I get called out. What the fuck is this?
Calm down, Alan. You can't go ham. You're Muslim.
I agree,
Oh,
but the
Jesus
thing
Christ.
is, I agree with you, Alan. But the thing is like I know what it feels like to be in your position, and they're gonna take what you said, and they're gonna steamroll your ass.
All I called him was Casino Man. It's not like I called him Rain Man.
You just did.
Casino Man, Rain Man, different thing.
That's like going to like a wide. He's like, I never said, and then he says the N word.
I never said that word. Insert word here.
I
That
could never imagine myself saying, "Brape," you know, the whole fucking thing. But anyways, moving on though. Our boy over here, while we say our racist comments, he's over here like, go get him, go get his racist ass. But yeah, he's gonna be doing, you know, the third movie, which I always found it weird that he's not doing the second movie because of the fact that the first one I thought was so good and he did something way different with it that I wasn't expecting, honestly. So I'm kind of asking you guys, because I know you guys don't give a fuck. I know you don't give a fuck about Jurassic World, but you guys care about movies and trilogies and things like that. So with it said, does it bother you that this dude pretty much skipped a movie? Do you think that's going to ruin the quality? I'm going to ask Allie first because I think you might know more about trilogies and franchises than pretty much any of us. So yeah, does that ruin things for you when someone skips a movie?
Not really. I mean, yes, I'm still talking in this accent. I
know. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm staying in character.
All right then. I guess I'll do this
anyway,
as well.
Yes, exactly. Let's go
no,
talking
we're not
in
doing
English
this.
accent the whole
Of course,
time. No,
Alan.
no, but the thing is that he get fired from Star Wars. Wasn't he supposed to do the? I love. No, you guys.
I think he was supposed to do a Star
Let me
Wars
just drop it. Y'all are gonna be.
Yeah, please,
laughing
thank
the
you.
whole
I'm going to
movie.
get so confused.
The whole movie. Okay.
I'm really
Anyway.
looking at the webcam like, come on, break girl. You
got a
gotta
new
do it.
I was
co-host.
not
It's
gonna break.
Daisy Ridley
I
from the
was
Star
not
Wars
going to
movies.
break. I was not going to break, okay? I'm trying to be an actress here. I have to have method acting. I'm being like Daniel Day-Lewis. No.
You are okay, unless you plan to lock yourself into a room and force us to call you the Queen for 2 months.
Yes,
You're not
exactly.
Daniel Day-Lewis yet.
You're going to call me the Queen.
And I will show you the way.
We will show you the way. No. Well, that's kind of ruining Star Wars right now because they had Rian Johnson for, you know, whatever, Last Jedi. Man, I love that. I can't think of Last Jedi anymore. Like, I'm always like, what's that Star Wars movie name called? Like, I try to forget it.
I'm really surprised. I feel like you're being a little hyperbolic with that because, for one, it's like you guys been through a lot of shit.
Wow.
No, a little bit.
No,
Because...
really, I have to keep reminding myself what the name of that movie is. I'm serious. I keep forgetting because I just do like Force Awakens. I got Rogue One, even Han Solo or whatever. The Last Jedi I have to really think about for a second before I remember. But then J.J. Abrams is going to come back and do the last one as well. So it's like, well, what's the point of getting someone else?
Oh, that's because Rian Johnson fucked so much. Rian Johnson was supposed to do the
Ryan
one.
fucks so
No,
much.
but they're bringing him back. They're gonna bring him back for the next trilogy, or not the trilogy, but like they're doing a spin-off. I don't know what the heck they're doing after
It's
this.
a mess.
But
yeah,
they're bringing him back. Yeah, so it's like, well, what's the point? Why didn't they just have him do the last one or whatever. I just feel like it doesn't necessarily break a trilogy because the original trilogy, like George Lucas did the first movie, and then you had oh god, what was his name? Man, I'm blanking on the direct, but it wasn't George Lucas who did the second Empire Strikes Back, and it was someone else who did Return of the Jedi, and that didn't ruin the series. I think actually it was a good idea. At least the second the Empire Strikes Back was a great director.
And you can't tell, by the way, too, because they feel very similar. Like they feel like the same movie.
Which ones?
Empire Strikes Back and Episode 4, A New Hope. I feel like they feel very, very similar. I don't think that.
No, I feel like Empire was so much more serious, and like they still had some jokes, but for the most part, like it was just very, much more different, complex, like storytelling. Versus the first one, which was kind of like, it was kind of like it wasn't that deep. The first one, it was much more of like an action adventure. Like, oh yeah, everyone can come and enjoy it. Oh, let's save the princess. Let's blow up this whole thing. Oh, bad guys, yeah. It's like there's nothing else really to it. But Empire was really where it like really brought in a lot of like things that Luke may be going over to the dark side, or if he's not careful, and then you learn more about Darth Vader and all that. So it's like, Harley, shut up. But yeah, I feel like it's good to have good, different, directors come in and do things, but it doesn't always work, especially if they have such a different vision from what the original person did. Then yeah, for Trevorrow coming back and doing 3, I'm like, okay, I guess they want to try to mix it up, like to see. I feel like studios do that sometimes, where they're like, okay, you did a great job, but let's just see what someone else has in mind. And if it doesn't work out, then you just bring back the old person. It's like, okay, then continuity, right?
Yeah.
For Jurassic World, though, I mean, I really don't think it's going to be all that different. Like, I feel like the second one looks pretty similar to the first one. And so I'm like, well, I would never know. I thought this was directed by Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah,
me too. But then again, it's like the thing that made me know that he wasn't is because now this motherfucker's trying to do his own agenda. Like he made that Book of Henry movie, which was one of the worst, crazy, ridiculous, fucking random things I've ever seen.
That one's like one of the worst movies people have ever seen.
That's why people bring it up. Like, man, after Book of Henry, I want to see another movie. This guy makes.
Watched it?
No, I refuse to.
I've seen clips of it, but I fucking love it because it was so fucking stupid. It was one of those movies that my aunt would just have in the background because she would just watch those generic like Lifetime shows, kind of like what your mom does, Allie. No offense to her, but it's kind of what she does. But she would just watch all these movies, and I remember her just watching that. And I don't know, for some reason, I was just sat down. I was like, man, this is trash.
Yeah.
What is that movie about?
It's about this. Oh wait, well, go ahead, Gotcha.
I said I forgot.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, basically, what the book is the Book of Henry is this book that Henry basically made. That as you read the book, he's actually trying to solve a not murder, but this little girl's going through. I don't want to ruin anything really, but like this little girl's
never gonna watch it. Now, is this a prequel to Book of Eli?
No. Good God, no. No, but basically this little girl's being sexually molested and fucked with by her father. And this little kid, her friend, is trying to tell the mom, like, yo, there's something really awful happening at the other house. Like, she's being molested, beaten, treated bad in general. Like, it's a really awful household. And he knows this, but he wants to save beyond the grave. So this whole thing, he's a titular character. His name's Henry. He's not even in the fucking movie. It's like 10 minutes. He's not even in the fuck. It's just, well, I guess the Book of Henry. That's the titular character, and that is the whole movie. So maybe I'm wrong for saying that, but
you just talked yourself out of a rant. That was amazing.
I know. I had to calm myself down because I'm getting fucking mad. But no, I will say that. Like,
what's besides like? I mean, the concept doesn't seem so bad. I'm like wondering like, what's so bad about this?
Well, the thing that's so weird is like, for one, that kid is fucking odd. Henry's a really weird. The little boy actor is just fucking.
Which one is?
Henry, and then
which one's Henry? Because isn't it the kid that's been it? Yeah.
No,
there's a kid on screen right now. Isn't that Henry? Would that be Henry?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if someone else, but
I don't like that kid
though. Great.
Oh,
he's great though in it, so it's not like he's a bad actor.
Georgie, right? Or is he the main dude?
He's the main dude.
Okay, it's alright. Man, okay. I'm trying to say this, and I'll be the asshole that says it, but these white kids had the same fucking haircut, the same clothes, the same everything. They look the same, goddamn. Like,
yo, I'm with Nick on this one. When it comes to the Degrassi kids or Dawson Creek and all that bullshit, I can never tell them apart.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'll be the one to say it again. They all look alike. But anyways, like, I'm an asshole.
The only one I know that's different from Degrassi is Drake for obvious reasons.
Because he's a shitty rapper?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, of course. But I will say though, with Colin Trevorrow doing something like this, and the reason, I mean, I'm not just bringing this up to say, oh, like he's done something bad. It's just like he obviously does shit that he really cares about, and I think he really cares about dinosaurs. I do think that, especially with this first movie, there are some emotional scenes. There's a part where they go into the fucking park, the old part from the first movie, and it's all destroyed, but you see these little hints in there of like, yeah, whoever made this loves the first Jurassic Park. Shit like this little frame over here. Yeah, man, like I feel like Colin Trevorrow loves this as much as I do. But what were you saying, Allie?
I mean,
No.
I don't know. I didn't really care for Jurassic World 1.
Oh, no.
I love the last like 15 minutes of it with that fight at the end. I was like, oh, this is great, but like you have to get through a lot of trash to get to that point. Because then you gotta watch like, yeah, Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are fine. But then you got them and like being like, oh, I'm totally not into you. Yeah, totally not into you. Yeah, no, of course not. Nah, man. So you like they're going through their little spat the whole movie, and then you got to deal with Bryce Dallas Howard's nephews or whatever. That kid that's like creeping around girls, and then the younger one is like, oh my god, I'm just scared of everything, and mom and dad are divorcing. Oh my god, it's the end of the world.
Yeah, it's basically like, Gonja and Alan.
So Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, you're dealing with those kids the whole entire freaking movie, and like Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm just like, man, these people are not really all that likable, and I gotta sit with them for like 2 hours just to get to some amazing parts with the dinosaurs. That's like really, you could probably just edit all of them together and be like 30 minutes. You know, it's not even part of it.
How dare you?
Ellie, do you remember how bullshit that divorce storyline was that they just brought up out of fucking nowhere when she's on the phone? And then she's like, yeah, make sure to take care of my kids. Yeah. Are you paying attention? You remember I'm getting divorced. What?
Yeah, exactly. They just like spring them. They're like, oh, well, let's just send them to Jurassic Park World.
Well, like, that's a checklist. If you've seen any disaster movie ever, that is literally a checklist. 2012, a bunch of movies. Either the man and the woman are not together, or they're getting a divorce currently. This happened in The Happening as well.
I gotta get mad. No, I gotta start yelling all three. You, fucking you.
I've never seen the movie. What are you yelling me about?
Justin, shit. Like,
I'm not saying anything about the movie. I'm saying about the divorce plots in every disaster movie.
Okay, you know what? You're right. But fuck you still. Because the main thing is, I'll yell at you then, and I'll yell at Allie. Because the whole thing with them fucking dinosaurs and be like, oh, we just throw Jurassic Park. The thing is, that's the thing that happens when you go to the zoo. We have zoos in real life, and we go to the fucking zoo. There is creatures that will rip our fucking faces off, and they're just hidden behind some fucking gate or whatever the fuck. And somehow, one day, if someone doesn't do their job right with weed being legal in half the fucking states too, some weird stoner dudes be like, oh, bro, I forgot to fucking do the thing. And a gorilla's gonna come out and rip some fucking kid's head off. That's technically what's happening in Jurassic World. It's an amusement park.
Yeah, but I feel like
I like Jurassic World. Why are you on my ass?
Because you don't like this movie, and it's kind of hurting my feelings.
I like Jurassic World.
No sympathy. I have no sympathy for these people at Jurassic World because they're going to create a hybrid of like the most dangerous breed of dinosaur, and you're going to make it even more dangerous. Like,
I'm with Allie on this one.
Like, are you guys crazy? And the only form of security they have is all digital. So literally, if they have a power outage, that's it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm with Allie. Like, how many times does this have to happen before somebody says, fuck it, we're not going to make any more parks at Jurassic Park? Is this the 4th time this has happened?
Okay, but it's their fault for constantly buying the tickets, and they make a lot of money doing this.
Who keeps funding this?
Who keeps funding these things? Because, like, that's just, like, the most illogical thing that you could do. Like, I mean, okay, I get it. You want, let's go see dinosaurs or whatever. Well, how about we go and make dinosaurs that won't eat people? Like, not carnivores.
Docile ones.
Herbivore ones. Yeah. Like, well, and then just show, like, pictures of, like, T-Rexes and be like, hey, we would make this, but it'll be putting your guys' life at stake, and we don't want that. So.
Not anymore.
Yeah, you're not anymore.
Okay, you know what?
Like, come on now.
All right, you make sense. All right.
I'm offended.
Yes, they deserve to die. I don't think burn in hell.
I'm offended because this motherfucker said I didn't like this movie. I love Jurassic Park, man. I fucking cried when the movie started. Now the sequel bullshit, I'm not so sure about.
The sequel was great too, and Jurassic Park 3. Remember the part where they say our co-host's name, Alan, and then Jurassic World was good too.
Nick, come on. She literally does a somersault off of a beam and kick a fucking velociraptor onto
I know,
a
but
spike.
right before that, the Velociraptors had that
And they
crazy ass
never
scene in the forest.
explained why Jeff Goldblum's daughter was black.
Because when a man has
He
sex
loved
with
the
an
black
African,
woman. What do you want?
thank you. Because black girls are good looking, Allie. Like,
What's her face? What's her face's name?
Is that really the most pressing question of the movie?
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "What? This makes no sense."
Well, fucking so what?
no, because it's possible to for a biracial relationship to happen. And I will
Yeah,
say,
like
on top of that too, I will say that I love how the movie didn't say, by the way,
Julianne
black daughter.
Moore. Yeah, he's married to Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore. Oh wait, he is.
White. Well, not in real life, but very white.
Well,
How
the
is it they have a
character,
black daughter? But they never explain, like,
Yo.
if they. Oh, I'm assuming they adopted her, but still, like,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ruthless says she was adopted. And,
Hollywood next to this one.
man. Still though, that somersault was crazy.
and
I'm
Ruthless
like,
speaks the
dude,
truth.
that's so stupid.
They
Like,
said she was
coming from
adopted.
Steven-
Apparently, that's what Ruthless says.
Coming from Steven Spielberg, though, like, really.
Come on, man. This man also directed the fourth Indiana Jones movie. He's not above bullshit.
Yes,
yeah.
but this was before Indiana Jones, so
I will
he was
say,
still
though-
good at this point.
No, I mean, look, you guys make your points. I 100% understand. I don't agree, but I understand.
Sure.
But I will say though that with Colin Trevorrow coming back for Jurassic World 3, I'm hyped for whatever that's gonna be. But now I'm worried because I hate when people skip movies and then whatever their idea of what the story was going to go, whatever they were building, is just fucking
Yeah.
interrupted.
Oh, that
And it
no,
doesn't-
that's a huge
Okay,
fucking
this
problem.
makes me angry because it's like Steven Spielberg in between Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan, you got Lost World, Jurassic Park. See, so this was still good Steven Spielberg. Like, this is still good director Steven Spielberg. Like, how did he go from those movies to freaking doing somersaults and kicking freaking dinosaurs? Like, what?
Everyone does stupid fucking movies.
Allie, the check was big enough.
Man,
Yeah.
man.
By the way, she had to somehow show her gymnastic skills because I think she was an actual gymnast, right? Like in real life.
You know
Is that
more about that
seriously
than I
the biggest
do.
problem with that movie? That a black girl that only gets brought up once or twice as a gymnast? Like what?
You're
And
so
she was a
stupid.
good
And why was
actress,
she
too.
there? Why was she there in the first place? Why would they take her daughter to a freaking world where there are dinosaurs that
Well,
can
how
kill
about
you?
this?
Because
Hey.
Ganj is the father, and he'll take his kids to fucking dinosaurs. The crazy motherfucker here.
I would.
Yeah, and
There,
I
I
would
answered
too.
your question.
That's not everyone. They should actually get that child taken away from them because that's very.
I'm
Okay,
serious.
if we're gonna talk about bad parenting, we'll be here all night.
Allie, have you been to a zoo?
Am I? Yeah, I have.
Okay, see how awful that is? You went to a
No,
zoo. They could have
okay,
killed
see-
you. Those tigers are very vicious.
See, okay,
Bears.
they take precautions. They take precautions. But this we're talking about in the Lost World. Like, this is after Jurassic Park, where like all the dinosaurs got loose. You know,
Yeah.
like they're roaming around free. So why is it that they're gonna take their daughter to an island where there are dinosaurs like T-Rexes and what are other like dangerous? I don't know breeds. I was never good at
Velociraptors,
pterodactyls, like all of those, who will kill people. Like,
Because
why
she's
would
a
they take
gymnast.
their daughter?
Because he's a gymnast.
Yeah, she has. Man, Jeff Goldblum would not be able to get out of that place without flipping around and shit. Like, yeah, you need that girl to do her gymnast stuff. She
Okay,
saved
let's
the
just bring
day.
John Wick too.
Yes, why the fuck not? I would want
John
Keanu
Wick
Reeves to
fights
help me.
dinosaurs. Fuck it.
Exactly. He's like, he killed my dinosaur, and then he kills all the bad guys.
He gets a pet dinosaur instead. That'd be fucking sick, man.
That
I just
would-
wrote John Wick 3, guys.
Fucking stupid. But anyways,
Nah.
That's it.
I
Gotta
don't-
watch-
I don't-
You're watching Jurassic Park 2 and 3 before Fallen Kingdom comes out. I'm
We
pointing that
can
out.
do that for the after hours. That'll be fucking
We are
fun.
doing that for the after hours. I have it planned.
No.
oh my goodness. Anyways, people, well, that's gonna be it for that. I mean, we'll see what happens with Trevorrow directing Jurassic World 3. I think it's gonna be, but we'll see.
It's
what
gonna be
happens.
meh.
It's gonna be meh, but meh, it's good sometimes.
It's gonna be better than space, y'all.
Wait,
Just
I thought
believe.
you liked the first one, so why are you maying?
Because whoever I know the fuck the director of the second one is, Fallen Kingdom, and yet they're interrupting the flow. Colin Trevorrow had a fucking idea, and now this dude's gonna interrupt the shit.
I don't think that anybody had a flow to that. I think it was always supposed to be a one-off random thing, and that he was never gonna. I think he knew beforehand that he's never gonna direct the whatever. Same thing with J.J. Abrams and Last Jedi. both of them knew they were never going to direct the second one. It's just the studios above just wanted to change up directors for whatever fucking reason they wanted to. So it's like, I don't think there's any flow, but yeah, bring them in. I think this is just going to be a fucking mess as well.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Actually, the guy they got for the second one is not a bad director at all. He did Monster Calls, The Impossible, which I heard were both really good movies.
I've always wanted to see.
And 2 episodes of Penny Dreadful. Oh, this movie's gonna be great.
Hey, Nick, which episode of Penny Dreadful do you hate?
Wait, hold on, really quick. By the way, Allie says this. Have you seen the trailer about this?
I know. I don't have high hopes for it.
Asteroids that fall down on the dinosaurs.
I don't have high hopes for it, but because he did Penny Dreadful, now
that changes things.
That's why directing doesn't matter.
There were the 2 episodes that are actually pretty good from Penny Dreadful.
Directing doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Stick to fucking writing. If you guys want to know if something's gonna be a quality, find out who the writers are. Fuck directors. I can't stand directors. And by the way, too,
directors do a lot.
Favorite director, Ridley Scott?
Okay, for one, he's not my favorite, but he's up there with one of my favorites.
Oh.
You appreciate some directors, though, so they do a lot. They're literally the boss of a production.
I'm just saying, Steven Spielberg did lots of good shit, and then he did, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what you guys' review is gonna be for this movie, but like tonight we're doing Ready Player One, and I will say, I'm pretty sure that movie sucks. I'm not even gonna lie, and it's like, I know Steven Spielberg, oh, he's so great, Steven Spielberg. No, fuck you. I'm not gonna be stuck in a stick like everybody else. Like,
I'm not mad at you about Steven Spielberg, but honestly, Steven Spielberg has done some garbage movies.
Yeah, he hasn't done a lot of good movies lately.
Especially recently.
And I love Steven Spielberg. He's my favorite director.
Fuck that. We're gonna big dick suck that dick.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I didn't know we were reviewing How I Met Your Mother. God damn it! Call me maybe. Why do you keep saying How I Met Your Mother?
And you still got it wrong. You still got it wrong. It's not called Calling You Maybe.
What?
Just move on.
We will move on really quick though. I want to just before I actually want to like get us off track on purpose with this one because Aaron Hill says, "Yeah, Eva Green boobs."
What?
So
yeah. Hey, if you're a fan of Eva Green, trust me, she doesn't hide them.
I like how Ellie's great for boobs now because.
Hey, if y'all want to see Eva Green boobs, watch Penny Dreadful.
No, guys, honestly, I will recommend something. If you want to see a girl naked get fucked by a ghost that you can't see, so she's just hopping up and down on the bed like a fucking weirdo.
She's a great actress.
It's hilarious. It's some of the funniest
she's
shit.
acting her ass off in that scene.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't a lot of ass to act off, but she went it all off.
Eva Green is such a weird actress. If you look up at any of her interviews, she loves just getting naked on camera.
Yeah, she does. Did she get naked in Miss Peregrine's School of fucking
I'm sure she wanted to.
I know, showing the little kid like, oh, look at my weird magical titties.
I can't remember what movie it was, but I remember just looking at, like, hearing this in a random interview, and she was just like, yeah, there's lesbian scene in that movie. I wish it was more hardcore, but they wouldn't let me go more hardcore in it.
Okay, well, she's French. She's French.
Yeah, she's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think she likes the same kind of movies that James Ivory likes. We'll get into that in a little bit. No,
Lord.
Actually, you know what? We'll get into that now. I'm going to make this real quick before I fucking forget like last time. James Ivory. Allie, do you know who this man is?
Yes. Wasn't he the author of Call Me By Your Name?
Yeah, and I could have sworn he was the screenwriter.
Was he the screenwriter as well?
I believe so.
That Misty?
Yeah.
So the original script had a lot more penis.
Oh yeah, and let me show you guys a little something here, because yeah, we kind of played this game before with the whole like, Harvey Weinstein thing.
Oh yes. Yeah. Okay, screenplay. Yeah, Andre Asiman.
Did he win an Oscar for that?
He did.
Or is that someone else?
Oh yeah,
no, he did win it.
I'm about to show it right here. Ba 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 ba. There's your boy. And this is what's so great, because sick fucks like this has nice little masturbatory fucking hand on the Oscar trophy that all these actors fucking want. Okay, this is why I don't like the shit.
I love that he's literally wearing a shirt of Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
what's that shirt?
He probably jerks off into fucking peaches. Like,
there's a reason that's the movie.
He'd be grapefruiting himself.
Yeah, no, I hate this motherfucker. I hate this man. His liver spots too. Fuck this guy. And I'm pretty sure one day if he runs out of money and someone doesn't want to help him out saying that he's never molested somebody or never did some weird shit, it will come out that he's a fucking freak more so than writing this movie or whatever the screenwrite. Basically, he said, and I'm going to pull up the interview right now, but basically he said in so many words that he wishes that movie should have had a lot more full frontal or some kind of full frontal nudity. Please tell me what it does for the fucking story to show someone's private parts in a movie that's supposed to be a romantic.
Okay, before you rant and you go and start to shoot everybody that's even looked at this fucking movie, There is a situation in which writers, I'm not talking about this in general sense because I've never seen this fucking movie and I never will, after y'all just had that peach scene. But when you write a film, when you're writing a book, when you're writing anything, you're creating this world that you've probably been thinking about, and probably in this case for most of his life. You create this universe, you create everything you want about it, and there are certain things in there that you feel personally, even if other people don't really get it, would add to the fucking movie. But when you're making any sort of stuff, you got to compromise because you're making a film, and there's 80 other motherfuckers that also have the same dream to make a movie. So for the most part, you have to compromise, and it does kind of suck where it's like, man, I wish I could add all this stuff, but it wouldn't work in a movie. So I get him being kind of upset. It's like, yo, this shit that I want in this movie isn't there, and I feel personally it would make it work. I don't know why nudity would ever work in a fucking movie unless you're doing some sort of like modeling stuff and you're trying to show just how little people give a shit about their bodies in there. But it's like this, it's like, why? You just want people to fuck more? Like, I'm not really sure how that would add to the movie.
Look, you just gotta think of it in an artistic sense. If the penis was out, through the storytelling of the wrinkles and the way the scrotum is placed throughout each frame, it actually tells an intricate story on how the lovers are interacting and how becoming one. Honestly, I think he's got a point. If there was more penis flopping in the air, it would have probably got the Oscar for Best Picture.
No, and here's the thing to bring it up is he was talking about when Alien and Oliver were having sex. He said that it was a clause in Chalamet and Hammer's contracts that prevent the movie. I mean, I'm reading it like literally.
How old is that fucking kid?
Well, like no, he's not underage. No, he's like 20 something. Like he's
okay, because I'm just like, yo, how old's that kid now? We're getting to the uncomfortable age.
No, well, the thing is, I mean, it's still uncomfortable because just because someone's of age doesn't mean that they should be subjected to being sexually exploited. You know what I mean?
Just because you're 20 doesn't mean if they dress you up like you're 16, that does not make you creepy.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like, hey, man, you're 20 years old. Why not have my dick in your mouth? What the fuck? I mean, you're old enough. Suck it. Like, you know what
I mean? I'm gonna use that. Aren't you old enough?
Yeah.
This is gonna be in a year 3 edit, and it's gonna fire me.
I know. Anytime you guys are going on a date with a girl and she doesn't want to fuck you, just remind her that she's of age, and then it's okay.
If she has a good sense of humor, she might roll with that.
I don't know, Allie. How would you feel if you got told that?
I don't know. Let's see what happens at the
next
DT
like
party.
I don't know you that well. Oh, I'm 25. Well, good, bring it on then. Anyways, no, but the thing that's frustrating to me is like he knows that this. Because here's another thing. I thought that he picked Timothée Chalamet and on that other guy, I don't know whoever that guy is.
Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
By the way, the shittiest name in history.
No, it's kind of a cool name. I don't mind that.
Armie Hammer.
Yeah, I don't know. Anytime someone says that, it
sounds like a porn star name.
Yeah, what would you say, Allie?
That's a good stage name.
No, it really is. It actually
might be his actual name. Who knows?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Start getting out your dollar bills for Armie Hammer.
But the thing
There's
is,
a stripper
oh, go ahead. Wait,
no, I'm done. I'm done making a shitty joke. You go.
Okay, cool. No, because the thing that I was going to bring up here really quick is the fact that I thought that when I picked these guys for the movies, it was because, man, these guys are great actors. And that could be part of him. Not trying to like shit on Timothée Chalamet. He, fucked another dude with talent. But the thing is, though, is when it comes to that stuff, I'm pretty sure that these guys were so not even near the realm of being the first picks. This dude, this weird fuck, James Ivory, probably went to like 20 actors, fucking dudes that are wanting to make a career, especially around Oscar season, wanting to do some good shit, and they all probably told him no. And he was like, fuck, no one's going to say yes. You know what? Guess I'll go with Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer. Oh, gosh.
I mean, I'm not sure how much of that is in the article, because generally, like, when you do writing, obviously, in your head, you're always like, yo, I want this person to be in there. Yeah. But generally, the casting director is the one, like, yo, who's the best for this role? Who's actually going to work with it? And it's like, I'm not sure how often, unless you're like Ridley Scott or Quentin Tarantino, where you're like the fucking mega boss, you generally don't really have a choice in acting calls most of the time.
Yeah, I guess. But, Allie, I'm going to give you the spotlight here because you hear the anger in my voice.
Really?
What are your thoughts on this, and do you find it weird?
Okay, so I think most people know, if you don't already know, I absolutely love Call Me By Your Name. And so, when I read this, I disagree completely with James Ivory. I think the reason why I actually really love this movie so much is that they weren't exploitive to nudity, because I thought it was going to be Blue is the Warmest Color 2.0, which in that movie, they show everything, and I'm talking about everything. And that's what I was really worried about that. And so I was actually pleasantly surprised that actually they didn't try to like show nudity just for the sake of nudity. Like it made sense within the scene, but like they kind of had like shadows and stuff like that. Like they didn't full on like show any person, you know, being nude just for the sake of it. So I really appreciate that, and it was very minimal. It was tastefully done, you know, it was respectful of, you know, the actors and their bodies or whatever. It wasn't trying to take, you know, advantage of them in any way. So that's what I really liked about it. So for him to say like, oh, there needs to be full frontal, like yeah, exactly. For what reason? I feel like everything that happened in the movie, like it was said, the storytelling, it was said, and you didn't need to add a penis in there for no reason, you know?
Think about this as Tommy Wiseau. He's crazy. I want the penis in there, it'll show art.
No, but the thing is weird too.
Yeah, well, you know, that's why he's not the director. You know?
And correct me if
that
I'm
is
wrong.
why he's the writer.
They have to see my ass, Diaz. They won't get to see if they don't see my ass.
Oh, it's there? Take it off. Disgusting. No, but Allie.
Okay, Justin has said like he thinks his point is that the idea that women can show full frontal all the time and men aren't. So yeah, I guess quote unquote equality, but still, it's like
this might come as a crazy coincidence, but there's a difference between a male body and a female body. I know that's controversial to say in 2018, but there actually is a biological difference.
Yeah, but and the thing is though, and I don't even mind it. It's just the subtext of the nudity, because one thing that I didn't like either too is that girl, the character in the movie, is underage as well, and that's just something I didn't like about that show, The End of the Fucking World, because there's no nudity in this sense, but I really hate how there's a 16-year-old girl who's literally her head's going up and down sucking another underage kid's dick. I don't like. Okay, wow, great fucking storytelling. I never heard of a creative blowjob my whole fucking life. Like, there's nothing creative about it. Put your mouth on my dick at the end.
Well, it's not, when it comes to stuff like that, it's not about creativity. It's supposed to touch on like actual real life events. Yeah. Whereas if you're, you know, a kid coming up in America nowadays, you're more likely to have a sexual experience quite similar to that guy has in the world. I didn't see it, but based on how you just set it up, it sounds like one of those ones that you get of all those basic teen coming to age stories where they want to touch on, you know, well, this writer had his first sexual experience and he wants to translate to film and show you guys how he came to terms with his own sexuality and stuff like that. So I don't. There's
a way you can do cinematography. Yeah. If you're a good artist, you can do something where you show his face and he reacts to it, or maybe you show the shadows, or maybe you see his face.
Yeah, but some films want to go a little bit more grotesque, and I don't put that against them unless they're just going straight porn and they're just filming the dick in the mouth, and it's like that right there, you just got to a different genre of film.
Yeah. I think also it can be a cultural barrier as well, because you know a lot of these films that they'll have like, you know, for teens or whatever, and they'll like have nudity or whatever, and it's not from America, like. Over in other parts of the world, it's not that big of a deal. You know, it's just kind of like a way of life, and people are just like, yeah, whatever. Like I've been watching the show Skins right now. Yeah. The first 2 seasons, oh my god, they show everything, and I'm just like, how old were these kids? Were they actually underage? I don't know.
They were feeling into it. It doesn't matter.
No, but no, but like I'm like, wow, I was like, wow, they're showing everything. It's crazy how they got away with this, but like, yeah, it's another country, so like things are different, you know. It's of course. It's kind of like, and why should we be, I guess, ashamed of the people's anatomy, like their body, you know, because it's like everyone has the same things, so it's like, why are we shunning away so much? Why is it so like taboo?
The reason why I think it should be taboo with underage shit is because everyone likes
underage, yes. Well, yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, because it does come to a point now where it's like, before people even know the whole story sometimes, which I don't blame people for doing this, but it's just like before people know the whole story, as soon as even a discussion about someone possibly looking at a little kid a certain way, I mean, there's a whole thing where some people will look at a girl. My mom fucked up my screen there. No, when some people like look at a girl who's wearing booty shorts and it's like she looks a little young, people freak out like, oh my god, that's a little girl, man. And even though you find out she's like 19 or something, but it's like people are so quick to fucking judge. Yet this movie, I mean, the motherfucker got an award for it. And, like, it's totally okay. And I'm like, see, that's why things get confused. This is why, you know, you can't pick and choose how you're going to act with shit. Where in society, fucking, you can't even look at a girl without, like, oh, shit, I hope she's fucking, like, a certain age. Because no way at all that anything can slightly be even slightly attracted to that. Oh, but let's watch a movie where fucking kids are having sex. and like it's mainstream and it's making a shit ton of money and it's playing in these movie theaters and everyone's sitting there with their popcorns and their sodas and their fat fucking bellies just like, oh yes, great filmmaking, let's fucking see.
I mean, it's kind of the fact of life. Like, teens are gonna have sex just as much as adults. Like, as long as it's done in a way that's not exploitive and it's done tastefully, I think you can make anything work. Should you do everything? Maybe not. I don't think that there was any, like, I feel like the nudity they had in Call Me By Your Name was enough. Like, it was, I think, perfect amount, got the point across, and just move on, you know? I don't think there needs to be any more. But I also shouldn't think that it should be, like, taboo or whatever if they decide to. But yes, as long as it's tastefully done and it makes sense within the story and the context, then sure. But, of course, there's limits to everything. And, you know, if actors are uncomfortable, if they have a clause in their contract, that's them. And they legally have every right to say, yeah, because I'd rather at least that people be respectful and be like, okay, let's not do everything than just like kind of trick them into whatever, which I'm kind of surprised. This is going to be kind of like a little bit of a thing. It kind of goes relevant. But you guys ever heard of the story with usual suspects with, was it the usual suspects or whatever, with Sharon Stone?
Sharon Stone?
And,
no, that's a
sorry, I know
Basic
that's the wrong
Instinct or
movie.
something.
Thank you, Basic. I don't know. I always mix up those movies. But no, I know. No, it's just.
Oh, are you talking about the girl when she puts her legs over each other? And
Yeah,
but apparently at that time, the director tricked her into doing it. Like he said, no, he did, because he was like, oh, well, because of the lighting, you can see your underwear line, so you have to take off your underwear. And she's like, okay. She didn't know that she was being filmed, or that the camera could see, you know, what was going on underneath her dress. And so, like, that was complete.
How
that was
is that
shot
super fucking illegal?
Exactly. Why isn't it illegal?
Because she signed a contract.
That's
no, but that's
sick. Go ahead,
she should have sued. She should have sued because she actually like went in and like actually like punched him out after the director. Because it's like, man, that's just an invasion of privacy. He didn't tell her that that's what she would be doing, and it could be against her contracts, bro. You know, if that came out now,
it because she was filming a movie where there was going to be sexual, like, quote unquote, near to close sexual contact with another actor or actresses.
Yeah, gotcha, but like there's limits, just like. But how come
simulated?
Yeah, plus he tricked her, though.
That's the
How
thing,
are you saying?
because like I'm thinking in terms as a lawyer coming at this thing, not like a regular human being. And lawyers do turn that shit off when they go into court cases. And I can see them quickly arguing like, "Oh, she just signed up for sexual activities. This was part of the filmmaking process." And he actually used the excuse that the lighting was off, and that was actually judgmental film. And I can see a lawyer eagerly arguing her down to that shit. And it's kind of fucked up, but that's how Hollywood system works when it comes to contracts. That's why you should always read before you sign shit.
Exactly, yeah. But, I mean, I see what Allie's point is, too, though. I mean, this is fucked up, and we're surprised.
Oh, no, I'm not arguing that it's fucked up. I'm arguing that she can sue her and actually get some money out of it.
No, I know. Yeah. One thing I get mad about, too, is like, okay, and this is a question I was going to ask you, Allie, because maybe this could be me. I watch a lot of movies nowadays. I don't want to, but I do. And because of that, it's like I do forget certain things. But let me ask you this, Allie. Was there not full frontal with the female in Call Me By Your Name? Because I could have sworn there was.
There wasn't full frontal. It was just the girl was showing her breast, but you didn't see anything lower than that. So it's basically the same amount that the guys got. Like, you saw their behind, you saw her breasts, and you know, obviously they were shirtless most of the movie too, the guys. So I mean, technically,
it was all even.
It's equal. Yeah, it's not like they were showing any genitals. Like,
then because I was gonna have a whole complaint about that and start screaming and shit, but I guess I was wrong. I didn't focus, but I was ready to be like, and then they fucking had the girl, you know. So I don't know. But
honestly, I don't have a problem when the movies like show underage when it comes to like high school and whatnot. It's just when they get, because some directors want to push it to like almost middle school level, and that shit's ridiculous. Like, I've seen like French people like talk about like, oh, we're gonna do revolutionary movie art where like these 14-year-olds fall in love. That's when that shit gets ridiculous, and you know it's the director trying to get something pulled off in their own fantasy. But like, for example, I'm pretty sure Nick used to watch like the American Pie movies and whatnot, and a lot of those teen comedies. The characters were supposed to be based around like 17, 18-year-olds, like in high school.
Almost going off to college,
But they got like older actors, so people didn't get too offended at what they were doing. But it still had the same premise. So, you know, I you know how you say you can't pick and choose. I think it's more black and white. The issues are less black and white and more of a solid gray. But there's a point in time where you got to put your foot down. I think that comes down to a lot of these directors that are trying to push it to the middle school age, and I think that's shameful as fuck.
Now, there's a movie that my mom likes, and I hate her for it. And I'm gonna show you really quick. I'm trying to find. It's Summer of '42. That's what it's fucking called. Have you seen this movie, by the way, Gandra?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Anybody in here have seen this movie? By the way,
What is it called?
Summer
Summer
42? Who's
Summer
alive
42.
that saw that movie?
No, it came out in 1971, but it's called Summer of 42.
No.
Okay,
haven't.
so I'm gonna.
Oh,
pull
you've
this
talked
up.
about this before. You have talked about this before.
Yeah, because it drove me fucking crazy. So the thing is, this movie takes itself in a sense of like it's like a coming of age type thing, whatever the fuck too.
Sure.
And this scene, this is in the trailer, mind you. This is actually in the trailer. There's a part where he and at the beginning of the fucking movie, this dude, he's like an underage kid as well. He's in the beach with his friends, and she's laying down the beach. She's asleep by herself. Him and his friends go over there, and he starts looking up her fucking bikini to see her vagina, right? And then the thing is, he's the protagonist, so she starts seeing like, oh, he's so shy. He didn't want to say nothing to me. Oh, so she invites him in her house, and this whole thing revolves around him. Hopefully, he gets the girl because he's a nerdy guy. Poor nerdy guys, man. The good guy always finishes last. Oh, people love saying that fucking thing. Oh, the nice guys finish last. Boo hoo, poor nice guys. This fucking dude goes up to the attic and starts jacking off right above her fucking head. This is the same scene. Climbs up a ladder to help her or something and masturbates. And this is a fucking movie, and it's in the trailer, goddammit. Like,
Everyone else talking about unnecessarily?
yeah, this is the shit. And like, dude, every time movie critics talk about fucking great movies about coming of ages, and like, I didn't know they meant actual coming of age. Like,
Coming of underage.
yeah, coming on underage or whatever the fuck. Like, what is up with? And it's like critics love this shit, and it got awards and shit too. And I'm just like, I'm looking at this, and this movie has nothing other than that sexuality, and it's like, at this point now, when I like see coming of age movies, I don't even want to watch them because I don't know what the fuck someone's gonna get away with watching. American Pie is another one. I'm glad you brought that up.
I hate those fucking movies. Those movies are garbage. I know Ganja probably loves them for stuff.
Yeah, you like baby fucking noises from Bruce Almighty. Get out of here with your high
Oh
horse
man,
ass.
you're gonna bring Bruce Almighty all the time, and you said
Yeah, he literally looks at the camera. He literally looks at the camera and goes.
Well, yeah, okay, that one movie you keep holding against me, but all the American Pie movies, man, fuck you. Bandcamp was a waste of fucking.
I would defend 1 and 2 because they actually try to capture a moment in time with 90s kids. After that, fuck you. You can
After the next 7, and you're just gonna get on me for Bruce Almighty.
That was the first one. That was the first one out.
This guy's like Old Faithful pulls out fucking Bruce Almighty whenever he's losing a fucking argument.
Yeah, but that's all. And
I
I'm
could,
gonna chat.
I could brush off, Star Citizen is always looking in the corner right now.
What's that got to do with anything?
And this is a good thing. Justin said, Nick, do you notice how much people still praise sex comedies like blockers even when they continue to get gross and nasty? No, they do. But the thing is, they don't sell themselves as innocent. Like the John Cena movie, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm talking out of my ass kind of in a sense. But I mean, I have seen enough reviews, etc. Yeah, as usual. My ass has a big mouth.
We know.
I hate to interrupt, but this is actually going to go towards your point. Isn't the movie about them trying to stop their daughter from having sex?
Thank you. I could kiss you right now. Yes, that's why it works. Because it's in a realm where it's the protagonist is not the person who's trying to have underage sex that we need to watch for some fucking reason. The whole idea is that this is wrong, and John Cena is trying to stop it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's the antagonist of the story because the whole story is preventing it from happening.
My daughter, no.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and plus too, I'm sorry, but like talking personally, if I had a daughter, she ain't having sex till fucking. No, I ain't gonna be some fucking thing.
Shit, we've already had this discussion where even if you married, I think it was talking about his sister. Even if you married her, he would still shoot you.
Yeah, no.
Basically, the Scarface.
Yeah, well, Tony Montana, honestly, dude, if you marry my daughter, you're dead. I'll fucking kill you.
Oh
but,
my God. Wanna fuck me, Nick? You wanna fuck me? Huh? Wanna fuck me? Boom, boom.
Like it could be the best guy, you have a stable house, relationship, all that shit. You know they love each other. No. You like my daughter, you dead. Like what?
Exactly.
Fuck,
I'm sorry, but Scarface knew the way.
No, he didn't.
No, but I mean, I get what Justin's trying to say. I mean, granted, it's like Justin, like I mean, I'm not even gonna talk shit. Take away my passion for the situation.
Give it about a minute.
Yeah, maybe I'll yell at him later. I don't know, but it's just man. Certain things it just bothers me. And my last question of this whole thing is like, I mean, with these comedies, I mean, is that a turn off for you? Like, Ali, gonna ask you, does that make you run away from these movies now when you see underage sex, or are you kind of like, it's not a big deal, honestly. Let's see what happens.
It's not a big deal if, again, it's done in a way that's not like exploitive. I'm fine with it because it's just just a way of life. Like, it happens to a lot of teens. So it's like I'm not gonna fault something on as long as it's done in a way that's like realistic, and not just taking advantage. Because I never liked American Pie. I felt like it was too much for me.
I don't see you calling her out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be here all night.
No, but the thing is, Allie, and I do have one more question about this with you. And it's kind of a serious question.
Oh, no.
I can't find my joke. Where is it? No, I found it. Nuggets or tenders? The reason why I'm bringing this up, it is time for us to get into community questions. And that was actually
wrote one that said, "What is a peach?" You knew what you were going to talk about today.
Didn't we do this last week?
No, we did. I just wanted to bring this up because this is actually our last question from last week. But the thing is, there's a hell of a lot more from last week. We're going to finish those tonight. So
that's what she said.
Wait. Why would she say that?
I don't know.
God, she needs to look. She needs to start looking into my shit.
Motherfucker, I don't answer these questions. I just state them.
Wow.
What the fuck? So we'll move on from this, and because there's a couple things. Let me see what we got here. Okay, so I had them set up. We're actually going to do this, and these questions are from the Amino chat. So if you guys have any other community questions, ask it in the live chat for right now, and then I'll actually go read them as you say them. So we'll do this, and Padow, this is actually from the Ruthless Wonder. He says, what is something you think will happen in the future, good or bad? How long do you think it will take to happen, and why would it take that long? I'm going to leave this up while my boy Ganja Guru probably reads through it and wonders how he's going to answer it.
All right, in my head, I'm like, do I go political? Do I go jokingly? Do I just make up something funny on the spot?
Do you get really emotional right now?
do I break someone's heart? What do I do?
I don't know, man.
What do I do?
And, the chat can actually answer this as well, and we'll read your responses, on the show.
All right, I'm going to throw something at them right now, a little curveball. I'm going to do the politics one. Okay. All right, guys, something bad that's going to happen in the future, Donald Trump's going to get reelected.
Okay, damn. Okay, why?
Oh, yeah, I agree with that, 100%. And he should, because if he doesn't, no, think about this. If he doesn't get elected, he's going to have a chance to run again. Imagine how vitriol he'll be if he runs again like he did last time. If at least he wins, you're stuck with the same devil for 4 years, and he can't do anything after the 8 years in office. He could have run even if he wanted to.
And to go on Alan's point, I think what's going to happen is, to pull up the question so I explain the last part, how long do I think it's going to take to happen? It's going to be at the next election cycle? And how long will it take? Guess what? He's not going to step down when he loses that election or when he actually gets kicked out of office. So that's going to be great times for all of Americans.
Allie, how about you, girl? What is something you think will happen in the future, good or bad? And how long do you think it will take to happen? And why will it take that long?
I got nothing.
Okay, I got one. I think the end of the world is going to happen.
You and every other Christian evangelical every 6 months or so.
No, I really do. And I got all the answers, by the way, too. I think it's going to happen in 3012 because they're wrong with 2012 because someone made a typo in the Aztec calendar. It wasn't 2012, it was 3012. Okay? So that's why I think that's going to happen around that time. And how it will happen and why it's going to take that long, man, there's asteroids heading our way, man. I remember in science class back in 2008, we were talking about this fucking asteroid. No, we've talked about this before, and you should know this shit. God damn it, Alan.
I do know this shit, but I'm waiting for you to fuck it up.
No, I think I know it. I think I'm good. Because this asteroid, apparently, and I don't know what the fuck it's called. They named these things after fucking robots or something. I don't know what the fuck. But the thing is actually heading towards the, what's the left side of the United States? The west. Okay, yeah, it's heading the west side.
What?
Sorry.
It depends on how you're looking at the map, sir, but okay.
I don't want to say shit. He's
pretend you're God and just what it looks like. But anyway.
Continue your point, I think.
No, the thing is, I think it's going to be a big fucking hurricane. Arizona's going to get a beach. Okay, because California, if you're in California, you should probably move, like, right now. But I think that's going to happen. And then when that actually gets set off and all that shit starts going on, I really do think that we're going to hit a little bit of overpopulation, like as if like we haven't already done that. And I think there's more asteroids coming away. I feel like once that happens and we haven't found a way to fucking prevent that from happening, it's going to happen a lot more times too. And also too, Russia's going to kill everybody. I'm scared of Russia, okay? I've played way too many Metal Gear Solid. The Patriots are going to fucking take over. We're dead. I'm not talking about the New England Patriots. It's the fucking Patriots from Metal Gear Solid.
But in other words,
the Russians will take care of you perfectly.
We're all gonna die, goddammit.
I mean,
Dang.
despite the fact that Nick is basically just reciting the plight of either Deep Impact or Armageddon, you can pick.
I was like, all right, what fucking disaster movie is he like writing a script of? Right
Either
now?
it's another Roland Emmerich movie. So with asteroids, because I don't think he's done asteroids yet.
No, has he not?
I don't know.
I
Who
cannot
directed
wait
Deep
for that
Impact?
movie.
That's actually a good fucking question.
Yeah.
Who directed Deep Impact?
It wasn't him. So
Okay, that's enough though. We don't give a shit because that movie's garbage.
Okay, but see, so you, Mr. Scientist, why do you think I'm
Letter. That's
I-
who directed Deep Impact.
Wait, who did it?
Mimi Letter.
What kind of a fucking name is that? Like,
I know. Mimileder.
Hey, that guy made that name up. That's not his real name.
I want to
Yes.
go Mimi. That's what I always think of when I hear Mimi. Or the girl from The Sims busting out. Mimi was a
Yeah.
pain in the ass. But you, why do you think I'm wrong? If you think I am wrong. Alan?
Oh, I'm not. No, I don't actually don't think you're wrong. As far as okay, are there asteroids? Are we due for another essentially almost like citywide event? Not really, because like the whole thing with like asteroids hitting and wiping out all life, that does happen periodically, but it's only because of just how how everything works. Are we due for some sort of impact? Yeah, kind of. Just because of how asteroids work. So could an asteroid hit? Yeah, there's been a bunch of close calls. There's been a bunch of stuff happening. We're generally going to know about it, I'd say, about maybe a couple months in advance, unless it just randomly sneaks up on us. I don't know how an asteroid sneaks up on us, but it might. But honestly, what I see is, and I hope this might be hope, I really see that the space, I think that as far as a good thing, because you all talk about batshit, I really think that the space program and the space agency around the world is going to explode in the next decade.
Oh, you feel like we're gonna go into colonization, like in outer space?
Not at that degree, but like SpaceX is doing all sorts of crazy stuff, launching shit in space. NASA's working on trying to get a motherfucker to Mars. Eventually, Russia's gonna want to get back into that shit just to beat America. China's already there with launching motherfuckers into space. I really think we're gonna get to the point where we're gonna get the explosion of the space race, and I love that idea because it's like we get to push technology so much more because now we have to make sure people can survive in space. And that's going to push up, and we finally get a situation where we might finally get humans on another planet. That's going to be monumental. Imagine, it'd be like the moon landing, but in our lifetime. Like, we heard about the moon landing, but no one here's alive that saw that shit. But imagine seeing on television the first motherfucker that walks on Mars, and seeing,
hold on, my dad was alive for that. What the fuck you talking about?
I meant us in the call, motherfuckers.
Yeah, no,
Like-
like actual civilians, not people that are like based their whole lives around this shit.
Yeah. Like, we're the next
like half of the population of the United States.
Yeah, exactly. No, because like that's the thing, and I guess like that's what Stephen Hawking was pretty much telling people, like that it's gonna be like that's the key to fucking survival. So find a fucking way, you jackasses.
It is.
You know?
And I believe 100% your overpopulation problem, your Ganja's capitalist greed problem. If we start actually focusing right now, if we focused right now for the next 10, 15 years on the space program, we would solve almost every single problem on the planet. Overpopulation, we have another planet. Community and getting the world together, stop warring. We'd have to start working together to make sure everyone has a certain job to be able to build the shit we need to survive on other planets. Like, all of these problems end up being solved because we're all working together to try to get humanity off of Earth.
Alan, are you talking about gay space communism?
Space. I'm talking about space, not the other fucking.
One thing, Zoe's movie Mega Corner, he said by the time we hit 3,000, we're gonna move humans to another planet. Our planet will become uninhabitable.
Yeah.
So,
You corrected him.
well, actually, Justin corrected me ahead of time because I almost said that shit wrong too. But you're saying something else, Alan? I interrupted you.
Oh no, that's basically the end of it. But like, that's one of the things I really do see happening because we're getting to the point where everyone has a big dick when it comes to wanting to go into space, and Trump's gonna be like, well, China's going into space. We're gonna go to space and be the best. We'll build the best spaceships, and it'll explode because Trump's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be the best space system in the whole world.
He's not gonna let fucking the private sector. He's gonna make his own shit. Like, it's gonna happen. But honestly, a bunch of dumbasses trying to compete to go into space is probably the best thing for space right now.
Now, our next question, I'm about to pull up right here, and this is from my boy Cedric, and his question is: for those who work in retail, what is the one song that plays every single day in the store?
Can I answer this first?
Man, oh my god, man, this is new, but
Okay, I'll have Allie do it first.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got passionate about it.
Oh, good. I know what you mean.
Okay, so my store I work at is a jean store, and we just started rebranding ourselves. So they have this new campaign, and it's like, oh, hey, look at all these people from Instagram and all of that. Like, they're wearing our clothes. Aren't we so great? And it's like playing this music's like, and and it's like a woman and a man singing together in secret, and it's like the most annoying thing because now we have a TV in front of our store, and before my
plays music
manager,
videos all day, or
it plays the same like music video every single it just repeats itself. And my boss used to not turn off the volume, so that would be the song it would play. And me and like the assistant manager, it would drive us crazy. And so she was like, I'm putting this freaking shit on mute. And so we're like, okay, great, awesome. We don't have to hear the song anymore. And then a couple of days ago, it starts playing in our actual stereo, like in the store. Like it's not just the TV anymore. And it plays literally every 30 minutes. I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, that's too much for a repeat.
Every
Jesus
time
Christ.
I am like screaming on the inside, I'm like, this freaking song I can't stand. Because I was on Sundays, that's when we do our deep cleaning in the store. So I'm mopping, and so like I'm in the front, and this is before my boss turned off the TV, muted the TV. So I'd be mopping, and I just hear her over and over again. It drove me crazy. I just mopped for like 30 minutes, but I kept hearing that the whole time, and I couldn't do anything about it. And now it just drove me crazy. So when I first came to that store and I keep hearing that every 30 minutes, I'm like, I'm about to kill someone. I can't stand it.
And the song that
I got a question, because Family X said his is the Sticks Come Sail Away. Is that the song where they're going sail away, sail away, sail away?
Oh man, I don't know. I gotta look
because
this
that shit would get annoying real fucking quick.
Oh, you want a song that gets fucking annoying? Because I have two right now. Ganja already knows one, but one that probably most people don't know is, and this has recently happened to one of our friends' 90s, was playing this song because they did a 24-hour loop of it. It's the song Happy by Pharrell Williams. That song feels so much anger. They would not stop playing that. At least about every 30 minutes. That shit was playing for almost 24 hours every day. It got to the point where I would cover my ears because I hate that song so much. Anytime it gets played, I start to get so fucking mad. I'll cuss the motherfucker out because it is so despite the song itself, I honestly just think the song is really just bubblegum generic and just really not that interesting and bland. But I didn't hate it. But it kept getting overplayed over and over and over again. And it just drives into my skull. And I got to the point where I threw a hammer at the radio to try to turn it off at one point.
Jesus Christ!
I work at a cobbler shop, so there's just tools all over the place. So I just got really bored one day and threw a hammer. There's a lot of dead time.
Yeah, god damn though, man.
Didn't kill it, by the way.
By the way, I'm actually just surprised that Allie working at a fucking clothes store. I'm surprised that the song that she chose that plays a shit ton is not that Dia Lupa New Rule song.
Man, y'all make me hate that shit because I hear that shit too.
We don't actually have any Dua Lipa in our store, thank God.
Really?
Otherwise, I like her, so I'm like glad I don't have to hear that song. Because then I would just delete her album from my phone.
This song reeks of clothes store.
I got
no rules. I got
Shut up.
We've been singing this song constantly in the call to piss off Alan lately. And
Wow.
he fucking hates this shit.
We've just been torturing Alan because you guys been doing that to him, and I've been singing that I Don't Care song.
Yeah, that's the other one, by the
Ecstasy
way.
Extra.
Oh my God, I hate that song.
Oh, I love that song to sing to him because Alan just hates it so much.
Now, people know that I work from home. There's a song that I have to listen to when I'm fucking working, trying to hang out with my friends to find goddamn fucking topics for the show, etc. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Alan. I'm about to put it on right now. It's a meme for some fucking reason. Don't understand
Is it the
why.
Drake song?
It's this shit.
Wait.
The screaming.
Oh yeah! But his reaction to it is so funny.
Oh, you guys are assholes. Assholes.
Like, I don't hate it as much as Dick does.
God
Keep going.
damn, Allie. I feel bad for our audio-only viewers. You poor drums of evil.
I had the
That's how
song
Nick
and her
feels
on
every
at the
day.
same time. I'm sorry, but I 90s, if you ever want to come back, no. Because you pissed me off for that fucking song. I'm telling you, people, you guys don't understand. I know it's like, it sounds like I'm ranting. I'm not ranting, people. I'll give you a call.
Hey, lie to yourself. Don't lie to us.
No, bullshit. It's not even my crazy, angry person shit. I'll be in the call, just trying to hang out with my buddies, my friends, being like, hey, guys, how you doing? How's it hanging? 90s comes into the call. Allie does that shit. screaming in my ears. I had to pull my headphones off because it's so fucking loud. And then I put them back on, and it's still going on, but louder than last time. Like, oh.
I get it because it's like it makes it so mad. Like, but the thing is, man, at least that's all they play. This motherfucker here, Ganja, will play half the fucking song until I just lose my fucking mind. At least you only get like a clip of it.
Hey, Alan. I crashed my car into a bridge.
I don't care. I love it.
You already have a better singing voice than she does. It's like the white girl anthem or the crazy white girl anthem.
No, and
it was definitely on Danielle's playlist for a year.
No, and chat. I'm sorry. FML is saying my ears are bleeding. You know, damn.
That's from Ganja singing.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's probably there is a delay. But yeah, no, it's just and Kirk. There you go. See, Freebird. Bring back fucking Freebird.
Freebird. What the fuck?
No, from Leonard Skinner, man.
You're asking the wrong man.
Good lord. Ah, good.
I don't know everything about music like you, man.
Oh my god, Freebird's on fucking everything. Devil's Rejects, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Fucking, it's an anthem. Like,
okay, I probably don't know it by name. Maybe I've heard it.
Do you not know it, or do you not care?
I love it.
You love it.
Start screaming.
Yeah, I hate that song too, though.
Yeah. Well, then I'll play it really fucking loud for you.
I will leave.
That's not evil.
It's like in every commercial too. At one point, like you couldn't escape that song.
Who thought Charlie XCX was a good singer? Who?
That's Charlie XCX.
I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well,
She is the worst. The fucking song with Iggy Azalea. I can't remember what the fuck it was called.
So fancy.
Yeah, she is the worst part of that song.
Ready now.
Oh no, that song! I hate that song too.
It's the same singer. Why do you think I hate the fucking I Don't Care song so much? She's a terrible singer.
I just had a PTSD flashback to Iggy Azalea times.
Good.
No, so Iggy Azalea, at least she did that or maybe I don't know if it was her, but it was that song, the side to side song. That's nice.
No, that was Ariana Grande.
Yeah, it's Ariana.
Oh, okay, sorry, I got her mixed up with Salsa. So, anyways, fucking.
What?
What? Who?
I got it mixed up with Supa.
Motherfucker, Sopa. I swear.
It doesn't even sound even better than what I
I
said.
will kill y'all. Anyway. But moving on. Goddamn, I'm sorry, but great question, Cedric. But it makes me want to kill people.
Yeah.
This is our last question from the last week, and there's some more that I'm going to add on to our next show, and then I'll ask you guys to give me some more.
Cool.
Because I love these community questions. Moving on to our very last one. This is from my boy, my son, my seaman, Max. Sorry about saying that, brother. But he says, are there any movies or video games that you thought were awful, but when you look back on it, really wasn't that bad after all?
Yeah. Okay, so I always have my rule when it comes to video games, and I still stand by it, even the few times I've been wrong, is within the first hour you can tell whether or not you're going to enjoy something. Mm-hmm. And one of the ones that I didn't enjoy within the first couple of hours actually was Dead Space 1. I got to about Chapter 4, and I found this so repetitive, so BS, and it stopped being scary after a while. And now it instilled in my head every single time I see a dead body, shoot it.
Yeah, of course.
Just shoot it, because it's just dead just to fuck with you. But I was just kind of bored of it. I'm like, I really don't care. I'm like, oh, Chapter 4, you fight this big monster. I'm like, well, I guess the game's almost over, right? I got 9 more chapters of this fucking bullshit. I'm fucking done. But then friends are like, yo, give it a chance. I know it's a bit slow, but just give it a chance and play it afterwards. Play after that part. I'm like, fine. So I replayed the game, and I got that part. Literally, Chapter 5, everything starts being more interesting. It starts being some cult shit. There's almost like implied magic stuff. I'm like, wow, this is actually really fucking interesting. So I'm like, look back, I'm like, well, I'm kind of glad that I actually went through and played a little bit more, because it did eventually start to redeem itself right to the end.
Okay, makes sense. And I like that you picked the game, because I think most of us are probably going to be picking movies, but I'm not sure.
Actually, I'm going to be picking a video game, but continue, Allie girl.
Yeah, Allie girl.
Oh, I'm done.
Man, I'm trying to think. I know there's probably one out there. Come back to me.
Okay. Mr. Contra Guru, how about you, sir?
No, I'm trying to help Allie look for it.
No, it's Kingdom Hearts.
No, with me.
Oh, well, actually, yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad choice. Because obviously when I'm playing it, I'm like, I hate this game. I hope it dies. I want it to die a horrible death. Then afterwards, I'm like, you know what? That actually wasn't that bad. I kind of had fun in a weird way. Or it could be Stockholm Syndrome. Who knows?
Yeah, probably. I think it might be the latter of the two. But you, Mr. Contra Guru, video games wise, what's something with
I'm going to go with Fallout 4. I swear to God, I did not play that game when I first played it. I probably brought this up on several shows, and even the Untitled Video Game Show that you check out on Friday, 7:30 CST time on the Facebook But I played it the first time around, and it was so glitchy. Quest didn't spawn right. The AI was just horribly trash, and things would just melt through the wall. And I just didn't care. I didn't even care about any of the side characters. Like, I didn't even know like a few side characters existed until I talked to Alan. And apparently, there's more side characters you can get to follow you around.
There's like at least 10.
I did not know that. I thought there was 4. But until I played it with all being updated and whatnot, all the bugs being fixed, and of course, Alan here showed me how to mod it to make it look pretty, and to actually get to see some titty and whatnot. I actually got to play a very enjoyable game, and it's not even because of the nudity that I got to add on to it. It was like I got to play like 100% of a new game that blew my fucking mind. There was at points that I don't even remember doing certain quests. Like, I remember doing the diner scene. But apparently, there's a part where you can get lead into like an affected area, where it's filled with ghouls, and they chase you, and it's a whole like little mini mission. That shit never spawned for me. There's characters that I run into that I never ran into. That famous speech in the trailer that the ghoul from one of the cities does. I think it's called Good Neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the trailer. I thought that was just for trailer's sake, because I never saw it happen within my gameplay. And apparently, like, this game, the second time around, actually ran it properly, and I was like, oh my god. In-game cutscenes, they actually work. And like I said, when I first bought this game in November when it came out, I don't know what the fuck I played.
Yeah, and maybe it was because all the hype around it too. It's like you hear everybody say so much shit, and you're just like,
well, it wasn't even the hype; it was just how broken the fucker was.
Yeah, and that is an issue that has plagued me for a video game, like enjoying something, video game enjoyment. I mean, that's plagued me with a lot of shit. I mean, I will say the entire Battlefield series is one for me in that sense too. But yeah, I'm glad that you do like Fallout 4 now. But actually, since you guys picked video games, I'm gonna pick movies for me.
Sure.
Or a movie. And yeah, this might shock some people, but I don't know if you guys know what this is right here. But when I first saw this, I hated it. I really did. But do you guys know what this is?
Handmaiden.
Yeah, I watched this again. Handmaiden's really
I don't
not that bad.
I was kidding. I thought that was like maybe a Hong Kong action movie. Like,
I would punch you in your shit. I think I would punch you in your shit if this was real.
I mean, no, honestly, Ganja, Handmaiden, after you watch it and you start paying a lot of attention to it, you realize it's really not. I hate this fucking movie. No,
really?
It's not. No, it's not.
I've never talked about this.
I was this close to punching my webcam, being like, "Stop lying to me, bitch!" And then I realized
webcam. That's
kind of
nothing.
And not only that, this is kind of expensive webcam, so it's just on me.
Yeah, I know. I would just laugh more at you. No, I'm just joking. No, it's definitely not Handmaiden. But this probably will be as shocking. And it's actually a video game, like you guys said. I'm sorry. But Monster Hunter, this beta, I hated this fucking beta. And I mean, legitimately, from the fucking bottom of my heart, hated this beta. And a little bit in the beginning of the video game, I was still kind of mad. I couldn't see shit. The game got me sick. I got motion sickness. I wanted to fucking throw up. It was so bad.
It's only because you're a bitch.
Fuck you. It was bad. I was trying to play with friends, and like I couldn't even tell like the lettering, the font. And by the way, they still need to fix it. The font's fucking terrible in that game.
Right.
And there's still situations I have that bother the fuck with me. The rules they keep changing. Even now it's bothersome. But there's not a day that I don't go by. There's not a day that goes by that I don't play this game. I mean, I play this game hours upon hours upon hours. Even like Trey from the Rings I Hang Out plays the fuck out of this game. Everybody I know like that has a PS4 plays the fuck out of this game. Yep. I don't think you do actually. I think you kind of. I mean, you got a lot of shit going on. So.
Oh no. Honestly, the only reason I'm not playing it is because I'm super busy. Okay. Like as soon as it hits summer and I got more free time, I'm gonna add it to my normal rotation of stuff to play.
Yeah, this game, people, I cannot recommend a game more than this. This is one of the most replayed. This is the most valuable replay I've ever played. I mean, there's so much fucking content, and I love it. I mean, I really do love this game, but I'm telling you, when it comes to betas, stay the fuck away from betas. I know you want to be the first one ever to play the game, and everyone's like, I want to get it first and pre-orders. Don't pre-order shit, because it never works. I have completely convinced myself that any game that comes out early or even slightly on time is not working. And I've yet to play a game in this whole third and fourth generation that's proven me wrong. Every game's fucking broken. Every single one of them. Give it like 5 months, and it'll be cheaper too. But I mean, Alan will definitely tell you the opposite of that. I'm pretty sure, right?
Of course, but I won't disagree with you on betas. Actually, for the most part, I know 2 games right off the top of my head right now in which I played the demo, and I hated it so much that I didn't play the game for years. Darkness 1 has a god awful shitty fucking demo where you're just in a graveyard. And you have a bunch of your powers, and you don't know how to use them. And I'm just like, I don't fucking want to do this, man. And then I played it, I'm like, this game is fucking amazing. And the other one was Infamous 1. The Infamous 1, they just put you on a, yeah, they put you on a train and they're like, shoot all these enemies. I'm like, with what?
Yeah.
And then play the game like, this game's amazing.
Dude,
so
I
it's
kept
like
trying to fucking drive cars in that demo. I was like, what the fuck do I do? It's like Grand Theft Auto, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Honestly, for the
rough.
most part, like, honestly, I'm not gonna think, oh, every single game's fucking broken. It's like, you know, I have a bunch right off my head that worked fucking great day one. But there are issues where betas are really, they're either not indicative of the full game, put you halfway through the game so you have really no context. Honestly, stay away from them unless you're like really not sure if you're ever gonna like it. Because that's why I play Monster Hunter beta, and I ended up liking it just because I kind of enjoyed the gameplay.
Yeah, and I'm looking over here in the Amino chat too. You're saying, what's your, and this is from Alan, what's your least favorite movie TV tropes? Man,
Yeah.
Because
Cedric posted on the Facebook yesterday, because I guess he finally saw Ready Player One, and he's like, yo, fuck the whole falling in love in 2 days shit. I'm like, you know what bothers me more? The fake the inspirational speech, the whole Die Hard Independence Day shit, where they're like, yeah, we're gonna rally the troops, we're gonna fight for freedom and justice and whatever the fucking bullshit. And you're like, man, that ain't inspiring, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I love the activity going on in this chat. By the way, you guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. As far as tropes, I mean, I agree with you in essence too. But like Ali, I know you watch a lot of TV shows. What are some awful tropes for you? Like, what are the most hated tropes in TV shows for you?
Man, oh shoot, I know there's one. I'm just having a hard time thinking of one off the
JT
top of my
saying
head.
it's the liar revealed, or Andrew saying Daddy didn't love me enough. I'm jealous of my sibling. Yeah.
Wait,
God, I hate
the
that
liar
shit.
reveal? What?
The liar revealed. Like, I hate stuff like that. I don't know if that's what he meant, but I will say if that's not what he meant, that's what I mean. I actually do not like it when the liar is like revealed to be the liar, and it's like the audience has known all along this motherfucker is like lying or pulling some sneaky shit, and then it's like, what? It's like, okay, that's a trope that I've seen done 1,000 times. Can you find another way of, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. For me, it's the same old with that. And just like with Adrian saying this, Daddy didn't love me enough, I'm jealous of my sibling. That shit gets annoying too.
Oh yeah, that's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, especially in superhero shows, that happens a lot too. And I'm just like, oh
yeah, I think I have.
Oh, the kids in Tears of Life.
yeah. But Allie, what's yours?
So when there are two characters and it's like you can basically just by them walking to the room for the first time ever, you know that they're gonna get together.
Oh yeah, the whole soft camera angles and they're like showing them together. Oh yeah, that's
staring at each other a certain way, and or something happens where like you're in a season and it's like two best friends, and they're like and then they just look at each other like, all right, this is gonna happen, and then they kiss, and you're like, come on, really? Y'all know you ain't supposed to be together. No, but still, like, I hate that. I hate when that happens. Like, it's so televised. You can totally tell from like freaking yards away. Like, okay, yeah, you guys are gonna get together. Like, I just know. It's just that's annoying. I wish they wouldn't always like be predictable like that.
Oh, I got another one, and I think Nick's gonna be here with us. Nothing I hate more is the villain is encountering the hero, and this is from like almost everything, even video games. And he's like, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna talk to you while holding a gun, and I could kill you right now, but I'm not gonna want to because I'm so much better than him. I'm like, yeah. Almost every time, I'm like, just shoot him. I don't care if he's my favorite character. Just fucking do something.
Yeah. And what I hate is when the hero doesn't. When the hero, I really hate how in TV shows and movies, the hero has to make this rule where it's a bad thing to kill in general. It doesn't matter if I'm good, bad, doesn't matter what he's done to me. Killing is 100%, no matter what the situation is, bad. And I'm like, with Batman, honestly, Rachel should have never liked him because it was like, okay, motherfucker, you're not gonna kill for me. Like, I'm gonna die. The Joker is like fucking with my face and that knife thing. You're not gonna kill him. Right. So I gotta help. I got to.
No, like I can get that. Batman explains it better than most people, but I do agree that trope is kind of sometimes a little BS because it's like
Daredevil's another one.
Yeah, there are certain situations where it's like, I get it where it's like killing. Obviously, no one actively wants to go out of their way to murder people, and the thing is with Batman, he always does that as a symbol of look how fucking awesome I am. I could take you out without murdering. I'm not gonna stoop down to your fucking level. But there are situations in which, yeah, sometimes you have to murder a motherfucker. And the thing I hate more than it's like, man, this guy's murdered 80 fucking people. We're gonna put him in jail so we can just break out and do it again. Honestly, I get Batman not killing the Joker. Why doesn't the city of Gotham kill him?
Yeah, and one thing, the biggest thing too is I hate when there's a big trope, and I know we're going on a big old tangent about this, but this is one thing that it's like I even played one of my favorite fucking shows, and you guys already know my favorite show is, so you know about the show. But this whole thing, where at the most craziest moment something huge happens, and voila!
Oh, the last minute save! Yo, I hate that shit too.
Last minute save. Fuck you, last minute save.
Star Trek, the first one. When one of the characters is in the water tube, and he's running to press the button, he's about to get eviscerated. I hate that shit because in my head I'm like, motherfucker, if you tripped once, he's dead. I hate that shit.
Yeah, and it happens a lot, dude. Like
too much.
Even like in comedies and shit, that happens a lot. Where it's like, oh, that was a close one. I'm like, that was an
about to get arrested
impossible
or some
one.
shit. Didn't that happen in fucking Superbad? They're about to get arrested in some shit, and then he comes in and saves them at the last second.
Yeah, and I mean, and that happens on TV shows a lot too. So it's just like, I just fucking hate that shit. But the thing is, I know what's happening with us talking about all this stuff. We, trying to talk about fucking TV shows, but it ain't working because we gotta talk about movies. So it's on our heads. So because of that, let's just get right fucking into it, people. It is Flicks and Chill. It's spelled right, you motherfuckers.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Are you guys ready, player ones?
No.
No, was that not good?
No, that was not good.
I thought it was.
Whatever joke it was, probably wasn't.
Fuck you.
Stop.
Everybody knows, by the way, that's changing. You're trying to act like you do it all fast and shit. Like, we know.
I do it fast. What do you want me to do? Change on webcam like last time? That didn't work out.
I wanted to see that nipple again.
Man.
That little Arab nipple.
I know, so small and so Arab. But Allie, the thing is, Allie doesn't want this movie spoiled because she's gonna see it tomorrow, right, Allie?
Oh, Allie doesn't see it? Damn.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, working. I couldn't.
Oh, okay,
find
that's
time.
Yeah, she's slacking.
Yeah.
You know how it is. She.
Excuse you.
Excuse me. But the thing is,
so Nick, did you see it?
I don't want to see that nerd shit.
See exactly. Talking about me.
I seen the trailer. That told me the whole fucking movie. Yeah, a whole bunch of guys are in there, guys. There's a bunch of guys there. Like, yeah, fuck you. But the thing is, though, I mean, hey, I don't know if it's bad or not. I'm over here talking shit. I haven't seen the fucking thing. I'm like pulling a Justin and whatnot.
Motherfuckers are getting mad at me when I'm like, yo, that first teaser, yo, there's nothing there but the references. No, you fucking suck, man. You're the worst. The movie's gonna be great. And now everyone's like, when the trailer goes, oh, man, I don't think the movie's gonna be as good. Man, fuck all y'all.
Well, hey, I said the trailer was fun. The trailer was
y'all were
great.
giving me shit for not liking that first fucking thing they showed.
Because you get mad at a trailer. It was a good trailer.
You get mad at trailers all the goddamn time.
Well, yeah, actually, they're bad. No, I'm just like, I don't know. And Patrick Gertz is actually asking, did any of us read the book? And I didn't read the book. Anthony, who used to be a host on here, read the book, and he was annoying as soon as he read it. So, fuck that book. But, Mr. Ganja Guru, you haven't read the book either, right?
No, I have not.
You have not? Allie, you have not? Alan,
I have not.
I don't know how to read.
Allie has not. Oh, hi, Mark. No, but the thing is, though, we're going to get into this shit. No spoilers, motherfuckers. No spoilers at all. I'm going to start off with Alan.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. I don't know. The thing is, I know Ganja had a few actually points that I do agree with him. I'm gonna let Ganja take the first hit on this.
Oh, not only that, I gotta be heading out real quick, Nick. So I'm gonna.
I gave you an out, motherfucker.
I know you did, but I'm gonna use it to get out further. I'm actually gonna head out in a little bit, Nick. So I'm gonna just give you a quick, nice little review. And Alan, if you want to argue with somebody, argue with the blank screen. That's gonna appear after a minute. But me personally, I actually went to go see this a little bit earlier. I actually like all the big, battle sequences and whatnot because it actually made me feel like a little kid again. It gave me that feeling of like all these little characters playing with like action figures and having them fight all these cool ass battles with all these different IPs and different characters from your childhood, just clash into one big ass battle orgy of just constant like, oh, look who's that, oh my god, they actually did that. Oh, do you remember him from the and that's what the hype is for a lot of the big action sequences, the kind of the big set pieces that go out through the film. But when you're not doing a lot of the stuff within the Oasis, it is a very boring film, dude. Like, it's very slow. The main character is very a drag. He feels almost like autistic to a certain degree, but then he starts showing like high social skills halfway through for no reason. And I don't know how he knows how to do kung fu and do all this other stuff just from like, because the thing with the Oasis, it establishes that it takes what your body personality is and tries to adjust it to the game. So I don't know how this person is doing all this stuff within the game when it has to be actual real body motions, and they never really touch into that. So I don't know if he's actually doing real kung fu moves throughout the actual like.
Yeah, actually, they showcased that in the start of the movie where some fat woman is stripping, because like they'll have gloves which allow you to move your kind of hands, and
Yeah,
that guy's
but
on a
at some point they're doing like foot kiss and shit now, so like that doesn't explain like how they're able to do a lot of 360 moves. But the universe that they build up is actually very great. It suffers from a lot of Spielbergisms when it comes to how the movie operates in the tone, in terms of tones and how certain things happen. Ali, do you know what's the one thing that Steven Spielberg is guilty of when it comes to his films?
overrated.
Boring sometimes when it's not CGI shit happening in the script.
No, fuck both of y'all. Those are opinions. I'm talking about shit that he constantly do.
Deals?
It's almost at the point where it comes like when you get with the dude that does the lens flares.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
You know how when he gets his main characters talking and they come up with an idea, you hear the music in the background. Da 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 da.
Oh my god, that's so true. That does happen.
He does that throughout this whole fucking film. That reminds me that I'm actually watching a film that's supposed to be nostalgic about the 80s, but doesn't know how to pull itself out of the 80s. Actually, give me a film that's actually about my current times. So that shit throws me off heavily, and it just pisses me off. Alan's got a good point. He's probably gonna bring it up. That bullshit ass speech at the end that every hero movie has necessary for some reason. Which I don't.
I swear to God, there are three movies.
It's a fucking trope.
Every movie this year is gonna have that. Pacific Rim had it. This movie's gonna have it. The only one that's probably gonna be good is gonna be Infinity War, because Marvel actually has decent fucking writers.
Even Wolfenstein, a fucking video game, had it. So it's kind of one of those stereotypical tropes when you have these revolutions or resistant movies that someone's gonna give a big final speech and then everyone charges the Winter Palace because they're all ripping it off from that one Soviet movie. Little history off that.
Or Independence Day. It's literally just all Independence Day.
Well, no, all that shit is based off of the Soviet film. I'll just give you some deep history, Alan. Don't argue with me on that.
True, but no one's gonna sit there and be like, "Yo, man, I hate that they ripped off the Soviet film." They'll be like, "It's a ripoff of Independence Day." The movie people fucking know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's a ripoff of a ripoff. That's the point. It's got so diluted that it's lost its fucking meaning to get you hyped for the film and actually
welcome to Ready Player One.
Drove to the characters to fight and whatnot. Honestly, this film, if it wasn't for all these big set pieces and these big battle sequence and how much great detail they went into it, because I went to go see this in IMAX 3D, so it made a lot of the visuals pop out a lot more and actually made me feel actual part of the sequences. But if I didn't do that, I probably would have been very bored of the film. Honestly, I give this for our own rating. Can you please pull up, sir, so I may point to it and give the PD Girl an actual little nice point to it. Guys, I'm actually going to give this a stream it to avoid it. Stream it because it has a lot of redeeming qualities in the sense that it's very entertaining. It got me hyped, and it is just a big nerdgasm of all the stuff that you remember from like the 80s and 90s, and just all the biggest cartoon characters, anime figures, and to actually see the Gundam fight was pretty cool for me, being an old Gundam fan from the Go Cartoon Network days, back when it was made by Hanna-Barbera. I actually really enjoy seeing that shit.
Was it actually made by Hanna-Barbera, or are you just forgetting?
Shut up, you. But I still enjoy that. But with all the weak acting, the generic corporate villain to the point that you can just slapstick any kind of corporatism on it, and it'll be like McDonald's, EA Games, Activision, anybody that you want to put on is just a generic villain. And not only that, they do a lot of stuff from what 90s told me that's against the book, just to get like a little bit of a push on the we're a progressive movie, and just give us some actor character dialogue to certain other characters to make it more important when it's supposed to build up the main character, who feels a lot hollow from a lot of these events being taken from him and given to side characters. So I could feel that. Honestly, man, like I said, stream it if you're really into a lot of these movies. And also, if you're into Steven Spielberg movies, this is a buy for you. But me personally, I say stream it. It's not going to be that much of an enjoyable film unless you were friends and you know all the references and all the deep knowledge of the nerd world that makes you feel like, oh my god, I'm part of this and I'm really enjoying this. But honestly, just avoid it if you're just a casual fan. That's how I feel.
Okay. Well, with that said, I don't know if you're going to be leaving right away or anything, but if you are, I love you. Have a good time. Be careful. Don't do drugs, even though you are a drug yourself. And my boy Alan, how wrong was Ganja?
I'm out of here, baby.
Well, I guess let me just start it off. First, I agree with Ganja, where I think the main character, the guy, every single time he's outside of it, is probably one of the worst actors in the film. The villains are so hamming it up of look how bad I am, look how bad I am, look how bad this shit is. And anything outside of the actual Oasis is kind of trashed here. I think a lot of the acting for some of the humans is fucking terrible. But and the thing is, so much of the actual, there's so many coincidences in this fucking movie that I'm not trying to spoil the climax, but the climax would not happen if this place has actual security. The only reason the heroes are able to do what they need to do is because the place has zero fucking security. But honestly, despite that, I actually surprisingly enjoyed it. This movie had no reason to be as enjoyable as it was, but I actually did, and I think the trailers were kind of garbage because they made it seem like it's references the movie, Look at that reference, look at this reference. But honestly, it does something that I expected it to, but it does it well. It doesn't give anybody the spotlight. It gives no one the spotlight. So anytime you see somebody,
actually.
what's up?
No, that's actually a good thing because you would want the Oasis, to be the spotlight.
And then that's the thing. It is a spotlight. So you have this. They do a lot of cool stuff where it's like, yo, here's a random bar, and it's like, yo, this is the bar. Here's a planet, and they explain like, yo, they go to this planet because it's like a death match everywhere, and every time you shoot people, you get money. But if you get shot, you lose everything. So people go there to get money, and it's like they talk about those worlds. They talk about nightclubs. They talk about everywhere, and the worlds are the star of this. Where yeah, you'll see randomly Harley Quinn walking around with Deadpool, but that doesn't matter. That's not the focus of the movie, and I think that works really well when you don't focus on anybody. Nobody gets overshadowed. So when the action scenes come up, that's when you get little things like, oh man, King Kong did this. Because the action is nothing you haven't seen in a Michael Bay or Roland Emmerich movie. But it's so creatively well done, how everything strings together, how they get so many different things. And since nobody gets a spotlight, no one becomes overshadowed. So no one goes, well, why isn't my favorite character there? It's like, yeah, he's there. He's just in the background like every other person's favorite character.
And this is a living, breathing world. You guys are not going to be, catapulted into the screen in the foreground all the time, which is actually really cool.
And it's like you'll see a few people who get, maybe they'll get more front ground than background, but at the end of it, everyone's always a 10-second loop of like, yo man, I saw my favorite character, that was great. Because at the end of it, it's just people in skins. These aren't the characters. You see Freddy and Jason and all these people. They're not the characters from the movies. They're just people in those skins, and they make a very important point of that. They start the movie off with explaining enough of it, and it's a very simplistic plot. I do feel that it falls on a lot of the Hunger Game ripoff stories to almost to a bad degree. But every single it never slowed down for me. It never got to the point where it was slow, even with the bullshit speech and the shitty coincidences that allow the heroes to get what they need to get done. I still had a great time. Like, that chase sequence is fucking great. I surprised it didn't spoil the whole thing in the trailers. When you see it, it's really fucking good. And them solving the puzzles is really interesting and funny. And it's weird. I'd say most of this movie, it skirts the line of showing praise to it versus pandering. I think near the end it panders too much to the video game stuff. I was like groaning a little bit, and I'm a video game. I've been a video game my whole life, and I was groaning at times, but I still enjoyed it, and it never slowed down for me right to the end. I'm like, wow, this is a really enjoyable movie from start to finish. So honestly, as far as our scale, I'd really just give it a low buy it, because this is something where it's like if you go to theaters with your friends, you're gonna have a great fucking time with it. And there's a lot of good in this movie, but there's a lot of tropes there. Some of the tropes we're talking about as far as what we hate in movies and video games is right here. The shitty inspirational speech, the falling in love in 2 fucking days. It's like a lot of that stuff is there, but there's so much else in the movie that you forget about it.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be that typical, fall in love with the girl who she thinks she's ugly, even though she's gorgeous in real life.
Literally line for line, like, well, you wouldn't like how it looked. You'd be disappointed. And he's here, you're like, I got this weird thing on my eyes, like, what?
Yeah, and she's pretty here, and that dude is, he's probably like, oh, I'm a nerd, I can't get no pussy, and then you look at him, and he's fucking gorgeous. Like the guy is
look
pretty.
At me, I'm so unattractive with this perfect jawline, perfect hair,
yeah,
perfect
like Amazing Spider-Man. Like, oh, I wish Mary Jane would like me. Oh my God, I really wish. And then you were fucking. Sense. Yeah, no, I hate that shit. Because for me, here's the thing. I don't talk about representation at all. I don't say, oh, we don't do us Mexicans right. But us ugly nerds who don't get shit, they don't do us right. Yes, I'm representing y'all. Anybody in the chat that feels like you're an ugly nerd, do whatever the fuck, I'm with you, man. I didn't get a lot of action either. And I hate when they do things in horror movies and fuck superhero movies where it's like they have a good-looking guy that we wish we would look like fucking live my sad, shitty story. Like, fuck you. You didn't live that goddamn life. Yeah. And I don't care if a spider bits you and you get superpowers. Oh, fucking poor you. I hope the Green Goblin whoops your ass. And like, in a situation like this, too, I hope the bad guy gets the guy who's Ready Player One or whatever the fuck. And it probably doesn't happen. But no spoilers.
Well, yeah, but it's like, at that point, like, I don't want to talk too much about the movie. But honestly, this is one of those movies that's difficult to spoil. But it's one of those things where it's a great theater experience. There are times where I was like, some of the comedy was really good, and I was laughing my ass off. There was some stuff in there. It's like, as far as like the average person enjoying this, I honestly think for the most part you'll enjoy it, as long as you can get past the fact that this feels like a 90s movie that was set today, because a lot of the tropes feel like this is very 90s. But for me, I was able to get past enough of it that there was always something interesting going on. There's always something cool with the world going on, and I feel like it really fleshes out the world, where it's like the Oasis and the world are the star of this movie. It's not random characters. It's not the DeLorean or Godzilla or King Kong. It's the world is the star of this movie, and it is really focused on, and I really enjoyed that. So it's like, yeah, this is honestly, yeah, it's a low buy it for me.
No, that's awesome. And yeah, I guess that's basically about it, folks. So here's what we're going to be doing, because obviously, our boy Ganja's gone now. He's not going to be chilling with us tonight, but we still got some things to do after the show. Mr. Allen, why don't you tell these people exactly what that motherfucking is, sir?
Yes. So now, I haven't had a chance to say this in the Amino or on Facebook just because of time crunches, but we are starting our Road to Civil War. So basically, this first one is going to be the beginning movie. So not some generally phase 1, but any sort of early origin, what was it, solo movies. So stuff from Phase 1, Guardians, even Black Panther. A solo movie that's their first solo movie is going to be on a list that I will make either in the Mina or in the Rabbit to see which one of y'all actually want to watch. And that'll be it for our first one. But for the first time since we started the viewing party, we are going to be doing this weekly. So for the next 3 weeks, we will be watching various Marvel movies in whatever category I deem works, just so that we can get through, just to add some variety, because I don't want to do the whole, as much as Nick won't let me, I don't want to do the whole 31-hour AMC marathon, even though I think that'd be hilarious. So we're going to pick and choose the movies, because we'll only be able to see maybe 1 or 2 per night, and I think by the end of it, we get through maybe 4 or 5, and I think that'll be enough where it's yeah, we got through the best and the ones people actually want to watch. So check out for either in the Amino or in the DT. We're going to be posting the link for the Rabbit, and we're going to have everyone choose on whatever movies they end up wanting to watch.
Absolutely. And on my point, usually I know Gancho would do this part, but yeah, that Facebook, they just did, like I said, Far Cry 5. They might be doing that again because Alan actually makes maps now, Mr. fucking video game developer over there.
Oh god, no. If we do Far Cry, it'll be much later in the summer. As far as what we have for next week, we are jumping around a couple of ideas. We'll let you know by Wednesday, most likely, what we're going to end up playing for Friday.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely go to the Facebook. Make sure to be involved in the chat and everything too. I mean, we really love it when that stuff does well, as well as the fact that we actually get to hear from you guys, and it actually kind of makes it more entertaining too. Because if we're able to respond to you guys and everything too, then obviously you guys are part of the show, which makes it a lot better. Speaking of that as well, go to our Mino. I'm gonna pull the chat up right here one more time. Now, in this chat, I leave it like this. I mean, I know you guys joined a lot of you guys joined the Double Toasted chat. Not as active actually because they keep. I mean, and I say they, but I'm on there too, and I constantly keep making new public chat rooms every single day, and I notice that's not working so much, but those are the rules that we had to stick with Double Toasted. On here, on the MCA chat, I'm leaving this thing up so you can scroll and scroll and scroll, and you see the entire history of this chat. Come in there, introduce yourself, have a good time. Honestly, that's how you can get a hold of us. Me, Alan, Ganja, we're in there all night just shooting the shit, talking, hanging out with you guys. Maybe we can even get together and play a video game together and everything too. I mean, I know Ruthless, Diz, people like that play Monster Hunter World. Lots of people do that shit. Maybe we can play together too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe even Far Cry as well. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, depending. Just throw it in there. Honestly, if you're bored and need people to play with, just throw on the game and console, and people will probably be like, yo, I got that. Let's play.
Exactly, yes. And, yeah, just... if you guys get the word out about that Mino chat too, maybe we can get more people in so we can all have a good time and get to know each other better. But aside from that, on top of getting to know each other, we have to attack each other too. And we can attack each other on the count of 3. So Alan, on the 1, and on that 2, sir. And on that 3, it is time to attack the chat. I got no rules, I got 'em. I got no rules, Alan. I got no rules, man.
You bring back the show just to say that?
Yeah.
End it.